Good morning, Saturday. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all well. We look at our turffontein race meeting. We've got 8 races. The start of the bipod starts up now in the first over 1160 meters, and the early morning market's got the one Green Sapphire priced up 15 to 20. Terry and Stradham team up. 9 Oasis, a first timer from the Mike to Cox stable, is priced up at 13 to 2. And number 7, Gimme a Storm, is at 7 to 1. It is 8 to 1 and better about the others. Daryl Marie will join me. Good day, Daryl. Let's chat firstly about this favourite, who I thought was not necessarily unlucky, but was slow out of the gate first time out, hit the side of the bar of the stall. But that also, I think the winner was always going to win. Nevertheless, Green Sapphire appears to have a lot more to come.
She appears to be a lovely filly in the making, Clyde. Don't know if you recall that maiden last time out. Extremely strong form lines going into that event. So it was a very commendable effort on her behalf to have run second to Hong Kong, who's highly regarded by the stable. It was her first run after arrest. She would have stripped fitter for that run. The only negative, well, there are possibly two negatives, yeah. Second run after arrest and the inside barrier draw. However, there's absolutely no doubt she's got the strongest form lines heading into this event. Unfortunately, there's no comment with regards to any of the first-timers. However, I might add that if there was anti-post support for number 9 Oasis, which there hasn't been, I would have included her in the bipod. We all remember her dam. A multiple grade 2 winner, placed in grade 1s. She's a half-sister to Desert Miracle, who won the Mallorca with Christoph Simeon beating Captain's Ransom, and she won the Empress Club. Multiple grade 1 winner was Desert Miracle. However, like I say, there is no anti-post support for her, so I'm bankering the obvious runner over year number 1, Green Sapphire, who I said brings the strongest form lines into the race. There is a form update, Clyde. I can't recall if you touched on it, but number 7, Gimme a Storm, ran 4th, beaten 2 lengths by Ile d'Orange.
Okay, thanks for that, Daryl. Oasis, you've heard, very, very well bred, beautifully bred, but we're bankering Green Sapphire in the bipod based on that debut run. It was a very good performance. Welcome back. Second race. Now, we're going over a little bit of a distance, over the 2,000 meters. And here you've got one Chieftain Shield, 4 to 1. Weak field, 4 to 1 the field, everybody. So not an easy race. This 5 Snow Moon, 9 to 2. 6 Bad Medicine, 9 to 2. 4 Yojimbo, 5 to 1. Then you've got the 8 Popular Park, who's priced up at 11 to 2. 9 Rising Russian, 7 to 1. The Merciful, 8 to 1. 10 to 1 or 12 to 1. And better about the others. Yeah. Not easy. Listen, interesting to hear what Daryl, how you've dissected, how you've broken it down, Daryl.
Clyde, if this race was over a mile, I would have been confident in bankering number 1, Chieftain's Shield. However, he is stepping up to 2,000, and he has to prove on the track that he gets the 2,000. Personally, I don't foresee any issues. He's having his peak run. Have a look at his last start behind Gamer. Now, I know Gamer was exposed or is exposed. However, that was his first run with a tongue tie. In that race was Dylan's Champ, Pioneer Square, Baynak. And the first 5 pulled well clear of the balance of the field. I'm of the opinion that all of those ahead of him are going to win races. So I don't believe this is a strong lineup whatsoever. And like I say, the only doubt in my mind is the 2,000 meters. If he sees it out, I think he is going to be the right horse. I backed him up with number 6, Bad Medicine. You can see Mr. Van Furen stepping him up in trip now, a mile, 1,800. Cherry Ripe going into this 2,000 meter event. Have a look at his penultimate start though, behind One More Star. On a line through Pioneer Square, he's well held by number 1. So I am favouring Chieftain Shield over Bad Medicine. Form updates of Clyde. Number 3, The Merciful, ran 3rd behind Moment, beaten 3.5 lengths. And number 7, Gift of Royal, ran 2nd to Cheval, beaten 3/4 of a length. 1 and 6 should suffice in the opening leg of the PA.
Okay, we've got that. So we'll go both 1 and 6 in the place accumulator. All dependent on whether the early favourite will see it out. Let's see how it all plays. On to the third over 1,400 metres. Pick 6 time. Number 1, Grey Jet tops the board here at even money. This was on Friday morning. 3-10 Tamara's 11-2. 7 Ombudsman 6-1. 2 Zip Code 8-1. The 4 Potberry 8-1. The 6 Guerrilla Warfare 8-1. And Lava Fire, another one priced up early 8-1. Then 25-1 about the other Bay Empire in the race. All right, Daryl, let's talk about Grey Jet. Give us your impressions. I see they're starting to nibble away at the price already.
And they'll be nibbling further. This horse will start deep in the red. In my mind, they're closer to a 6-10 shot than he's currently priced up at evens. Now, I make his danger number 8, Lava Fire. We fancied his chances last time out. If you recall, they've fitted him with a set of blinkers, and we expected them to go forward because his best runs have been up front, and he did just that. But you can see on the Schwarzenegger run, he's well and truly held by Grey Jet. But with the blinkers, once again, 52 to shoulder, I think they're going to push forward. And that will allow Grey Jet to get the perfect lead. You need to watch his latest replay. From Stallgate 8, he pinged the gates. He actually came out running. And Gavin had no choice but to drop him and ease him out because he was going to get caught wide. So he found himself at the back of the field turning into the straight. And the fact that he finished within a length of Schwarzenegger was an outstanding effort on his behalf. Having his third run, plenty scope for improvement. Yes, he did pick up a 3-pound penalty or 1.5 kilograms for running second, but he's way ahead of the handicapper. And personally, I can't believe his current odds are still at even money. That penalty he picked up is nullified by Rachel's allowance. I think from Stallgate number 1, he's going to be much closer to the pace. And out of the entire field, he's the one with the most scope for improvement. A confident selection in number 1, Grey Jet, Lava Fire, my exact proposition.
Okay, well, it's a pick 6. Thank you for that. So, Grey Jet will be the talking horse of the day. Then this is our only one of 2 bankers in the pick 6. As you can see, Daryl's bank at the 1 here, and he's bank at the 8 in the next leg, and then cover for the rest. All right, welcome back. Let's move on to our next event now. Talk about the 4th race on the card, and this is where Destiny of Fire tops the boards. 17-10 is a favourite. Number 5, Hong Kong, second choice, 22-10. This all on Friday morning, so when you're watching this close time, race to race time on Saturday, you'll get an idea as to where the Destiny of Fire shortened or drifted. And that, for that matter, Hong Kong and Selenio Peninsula, who's priced up at 4-1, and then you can get 6-1 and better about the balance. All right, Destiny of Fire, we saw in your pick 6, Daryl, that you've banked this. You're making this the one to beat. I guess, is this not the horse that just you got to get its nose down, because it seems to get into a fight and something seems to nab it or keep its nose in front of it? I think that's the only worry.
There's no worry whatsoever in my mind. Those 2 runs that you never got her head in front were without the blinkers. In her penultimate start on the inside track, she was a winner, a stride past the post. That was a cracking effort. Then last time out, take note of the equipment change. Mr. de Kock put blinkers on the daughter of Master of My Fate in the Fillies Mile, the Betway Fillies Mile. You have to have a look at the fillies who were in and around her. Behind her, at level weights, was a filly called Care Forgot. She was rated a 92. Destiny of Fire is an 83. She was 4.5 kilograms out with Care Forgot, and Care Forgot has subsequently come out and franked that form. Just ahead of her were fillies of this caliber: Frozen Fantasy, VJ's Angel, Olivia's Way, all well into the hundreds. She undoubtedly ran well above her current rating of 83, and there's absolutely no doubt that is her best effort with the blinkers. The blinkers obviously stay on. She's got 52.5 to shoulder. Sereno Moodley, when he gets an opportunity on the high fault, he grabs it with both hands. Yes, it's not a one-horse race. You've got some lovely fillies in this event taking part. The likes of Hong Kong, who is unexposed herself. Seleno Peninsula is on the upgrade. Sueta. But Clyde, I don't believe Seleno Peninsula, her biggest danger, can give her 4.5 kilograms. And all she has to do is repeat her latest effort. And I can't see her coming off the bits. Banker number 8, Destiny of Fire.
Okay, you said it all. And that we'll do. We'll bank a Destiny of Fire. The blinkers are on coming out of a very, very strong form line. And Destiny of Fire is our jackpot banker. Welcome to Betway's Wager to Win as we now preview the next race on the turffontein card. And this is race number 5. It's a sprint over 1,000 metres. And it's a very interesting race with Almond C number 1 top of the boards at 5-2. 3 Karate Kid 3-1. 9 Rodeo Drive 3-1. 7 Ronda Bosch 13-2. And 11-1 about Chieftain, 12-1 and better about the others. All got ability, but goodness me, Karate Kid, Daryl, watching that victory last time out was super impressive. What do you make of it?
Very, very impressive. And there's no doubt his latest effort is his best to date. So he's on the upgrade. I don't think you can read too much into his rating, the fact that he's out at the weights, because he could only pick up a 6-pound penalty or 3 kilograms max for his latest victory. Lovely, lovely sorts in the making, number 3 Karate Kid. If you like his chances, you can't totally ignore number 7 Ronda Bosch. 3 kilograms better off for a 2.5 length beating, having his peak run on the upgrade himself. So I'm personally not ignoring him. Number 7 Ronda Bosch. You have a look at the best weighted column. Favors the fairest sex here. Number 9 Rodeo Drive comes up trumps. 1.5 kilograms best in ahead of Almond C. Now, we haven't seen Rodeo Drive for quite some time, but who says she hasn't improved in the interim? She's been off 5 months. She's a lovely 3-year-old filly, and she's getting 5 kilograms from the second best weighted, Clyde. Almond C has to carry 60 kilograms. In her penultimate start, when she got the better of Master Casper, the stable made it clear she had no prep leading into that race. It wasn't on the cards for her, and the fact that she disposed of Master Casper so effortlessly suggested that she had trained on. Then last time out, very, very unfortunate. Everything went pear-shaped. She came out slow. She got boxed. She found all the interference in the world in the Betway National Colour Stakes. It was an outstanding effort on her behalf. But if you take a line through Master Casper, who she's now 3 kilograms worse off with, and Master Casper was soundly beaten by a Karate Kid, she may have her work cut out of here. You can't even discount the chances of Banff making his debut on the half fault for his new yard. This son of the United States could be absolutely anything. So I'm playing the safe route over here. I'd love to see Almond C win, but I really believe she's got a work cut out over here. A nightmare of a race in my mind, Clyde. Field over here.
Yeah, a few horses at the crossroad now. We'll see how they all turn out. But as you heard, Daryl, he's taken no chances. He's loading here and he's loading in the second leg. But there's light at the end of the tunnel because we've got 2 bankers to come. All right, let's get on to our next race now. We've got Daryl Marie on the line. He's going to talk to us about race number 6, which is an 1800 where on Friday morning, number 9, Frozen Fantasy topped the boards at 3-1. 3 Lady Fallon 5-1. 5 Wonderful 11-2. The 1 Indian Ocean 13-2. 4 Soldiers Eyes 7-1. Here's a horse I'd like to see come back to form, number 8 Sukhumvit, and I think it can. It's 8-1. And then it's 10-1 about number 10, Mount Etna. But it's a bit of a nightmare of a race, Daryl.
It is, Clyde. The 3-year-old filly in the race, Frozen Fantasy, interests me. I mean, she's only got 52.5 to shoulder. A lovely effort last time out in the Fillies Mile, the Betway's Fillies Mile. Maybe, well, hopefully by now. That form line has been franked further with Destiny of Fire winning from there. But nevertheless, Clyde, I think you have to take her chances seriously over here. Tricky draw to contend with, but she's got quite some time to overcome it on the long back straights. Stepping up to 1,800 meters, Clyde. I had to look at her breeding. Her dam went over 2,000 meters. So I don't foresee any issues. Number one, the top weight, Indian Ocean. Excuse me, Clyde. Indian Ocean, you have to watch what happened to her last time out in the Betway Summer Cup consolation race. She was caught 4 wide. She hit the front at the 400, hit a line through that effort. Striker reunites with her. Have a look at their stats together. He sat aboard on her 3 times for 3 victories. This filly's versatile. We've seen her go to the front. We've seen her come from the back of the field. However, if they do decide to drop her in with 61.5 kilograms, giving them weight and start, it's not going to be very easy, but she's more than capable. I found the value in the race, number 2, My Soulmate. I am dumbstruck that this filly is at the bottom of the boards, priced up at 33-1. Yes, she's not in the best of form currently. However, her return wasn't a bad effort in the Joburg Spring Challenge, beaten 5 lengths over a distance too short. Then she was prepping beyond Greeting My Master. In the Betway Summer Cup, she was under sufferance. She had excuses. She came out slow. She raced wide. No cover. She's way, way better than that. And have a look at her rating. It's dropped from a 115 to a 105. Put her line through her last 2 starts. She's way better than her recent form. I'm suggesting a place bet on number 2, My Soulmate. But the race doesn't stop there, Clyde. Wonderful's making her debut for a new yard. Sukhumvit's got the tongue tie on. Maybe she choked up in her latest encounter. So I'm looking for the result over here. I'm hoping Candice Dawson's inmates can run into the money.
Yeah, and if it does Friday morning, you can get 5-1 a place about My Soulmate. Right, the penultimate of the afternoon at Turffontein is race number 7 on the card. And let's take a look at the Friday morning market. Number 5, Pistol Pete, favourite 13-10. 8, Taxi to the Moon, 4-1. So Tiny Peter got quite a strong hand, first and second favourite. 9, Nettleton, 6-1. 3, Sheldon, 7-1. 2, I Star, 8-1 with a 7, Danton from Santon. 12-1 and better about the others. All right, Daryl, Pistol Pete, back over its favourite distance over 1,000 metres. Looks hard to beat.
Very hard to beat, and no doubt the right one in the race, Clyde. Turffontein, 1,000 metres. Son of Buffalo Bill Cody is nearly unbeatable. Yes, in his penultimate start, take note, that was returning from a layoff over 1,100, and he gave Gatrix a run for his money. Gatrix was in receipt of as much as 9 kilograms on that occasion. It was an outstanding effort on behalf of Pistol Pete. Then second run after a layoff, in his latest encounter, he was all over a winner, barring the last 50, when Mount Pilatus got the better of him. And Clyde, that, like I said, that was over distance, just stretching him in the new Turf Carriers Merchants. Back over 1,000 meters, having his peak run, he will take all the beating. The son of Buffalo Bill Cody, when he's been beaten in the past, he's always had excuses. So this is the right race for him to set the record straight and return to winning ways. Hard to beat number 5, Pistol Pete. But he is restricted in the market, and I just look for a little bit of value for the viewers. I'm of the opinion that Time for Orchids, having her peak run, will run on into the money. Yes, she's held, but if you watch her last 2 encounters, she moved up sweetly, and she just gave way in the latter stages. Now she's cherry ripe. Rachel knows her better in the race. This time around, she'll be swinging on until they can see the whites of the judges' eyes. If you recall in her later start, she moved up on the inside of Dice and she looked dangerous. And she, like I say, she just faded very, very late. I am of the opinion she will run into the money, and I do believe she represents some value. Some lovely sorts in this race. Dancing from Santon, Taxi to the Moon. It's not going to be a pushover or Pistol Pete, but please believe you me, Clyde. He's top, and I hope he gets it right on Saturday.
Yeah, he's very, very good over 1,000 meters as Pistol Pete. And Daryl recommending that perhaps Time for Orchids is a swinger horse. Eighth race on the card, the last race of 2024, certainly at Turffontein Racecourse. And in this particular event, the Friday morning market has got number 3, Just Var, as the 2-1 favourite. 2, Laughing William, 3-1. 4, Cotinos, 9-2. 5, King of Numbers, 8-1. And then you've got the 8 After Hours at 8-1. You can get 10-1 and better about the balance. All right, Daryl, it's the last one. I know you've been on Just Var his last couple of runs and both have won. And I would imagine we're bidding for a hat-trick, or what's the story?
We've actually been on a few horses in their last starts in this race. We were on Just Var's last victory. I mean, he was priced up at 4-1. He shortened 2-1. He got the job right. Same course and distance. He's got fitness on his side. I mean, there's not much you can pinpoint as negative going into this race. However, his form line, Clyde, there have been 8 runners, and 7 of them have run unplaced in their next start. So that hasn't lit up. So for that reason, I'm looking past him. However, you can see in my pick 6, I did include him. Now, we liked the chances of Laughing William last time out. Backed him from 14-1 to 5-1. He had the run of the race. And I thought going through the 400, we're going to pull off a bit of a coup. But he just failed to round that race off. Yes, he has come down a half a kilogram, and Rachel takes off a further 1.5. So I'm not ignoring his chances, but I just thought in his last start, he should have got it right. So where are we going? We're going once again to number 5, King of Numbers. Now, very unfortunate not to have run a place in his last starts. Heavily supported from 14-1 into 7-2. But if you recall in that race, he was exposed on the outside with no cover. He moved in dangerously, and he stayed on one pace. And I love the fact that Mr. Weber is stepping him up to 1,400 meters. He's cracked the best draw. He's come down half a kilogram. Mr. Weber's yard is in fine form. And Jason Gates, whatever he swings his leg currently, he's riding with a lot of confidence. I know it wasn't the strongest of lineups last time out. But Clyde, I think this is a cracking race for number 5, King of Numbers, to notch up his second career victory. I believe at 8-1, you have to have a bet.
Okay, well found. Thank you. Let's hope that's the case in the outcome for the 8th and final at Turffontein. This is Betway that brings you Way to the Win.